Good morning. Here it's Norma Cowie. It's Sunday morning. I'm on a little bit earlier because I was wondering if I'm going to have to do some changing on this machine of mine. My topic today is changes. Now, I've got a couple of things to say about that. One of the reasons why right now was I'm still adapting to this new computer when my hair's sticking up is I'm adapting to the computer and I'm getting more frustrated all the time. But I'm just going to shift something here so I can see a little clearer, and that is regarding sizing. Because if I don't have it a certain size, I can't see and read things. But you can't do it normally. Okay, now, so if anybody puts it in the comments, I can at least read it. So I see one person's on board. So good morning. Now, I want you to think about your life and about changes. And while you're thinking about that, I don't know about you, but with the Winter Olympics on in Italy, I was up late last night. I was up early this morning. I don't usually pay too much attention to the Winter Olympics, to be honest. Over the years, I've been a very busy woman. But the summer ones, yes, I have always paid good attention to those. But I am so enjoying. I just put it on hold, and I'll go back because it's being recorded. Where what do they call it? There's four, two men and two women skiing and shooting. There's a biathlon, I think. But anyway, fun. What fun just to watch. And this just everything about it. Anyway, I'm an old jock, so sports is fairly high on my priority to a degree. Soccer fan because I played field hockey, very similar rules, so I always understood them. So everything just moves on, but things change in some ways. I decided to look through the symbols, tarot symbols. I wasn't going to talk about them, but I will. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups. Sorry, Eight of Cups. Pardon me. Now, we have different ideas at different times. We can have a very, very solid idea, and it'll take a lot to change that. And this comes down to how flexible are you? Are you flexible in how you think or what's happening or what's going on? Um, and that the flexibility of the thinking often will then come into different actions that you will do. We tend, as we get older, to get more rigid in our thinking and our responding and our doing and tend. I'm not saying we all do that, but we tend to because it's comfortable. Changes tend not to make people too comfortable unless you're a change addict. I've known a few in my life where they have to change houses or they have to change work or they have to change their style of clothing or whatever. So it's really about what is your goal in life? What are you wanting to achieve? What are you wanting to do? Where are you wanting to go? What did I write down here? Goals. What do you have to let go of? That would be a change. Do you have to change your thinking? Huh. I've worked for so many years with people having to change their thinking, and so do I sometimes. Do you have to change your behavior, how you respond to things, which is comes usually after the thinking has gone on? Just a couple of things to really look at. As I was going to say before, I had to change things around. Um, the, the Ace of Wands always talks about a new idea. So a new idea is a change. And if you're having communication or conversations with people around you, you're going to hear new ideas. What do you do with them? Do you think about them? Do you ponder them? Do you see, can they affect you or not? Do you want to take a look at that idea? How do you deal with all those things? Those are all really very, very unpopular. They're very popular, I find, because I did that for years, actually. Looking at things to see how I like them. Because I was a tarot person, I was reading for myself every day, taking a look at where I was stuck, where I wasn't stuck, wanting to make my life as better and fulfilling as I possibly could. And now we have this one, and this is what I find a lot of people don't really like doing. They don't like the change of where you have to leave behind and go out sort of into the wilderness because it's time. I had to do that when I chose to leave New Zealand and come to Canada. Mind you, I was in love with the person I was coming to marry, so it wasn't such a big. It was hard for my family to let go of me. I know that. I know that more now, since I had to with my own children when they kind of took off into the world. But it's like we have ideas, and what do we do with them? Does those ideas create a change of thinking or behavior or movement? Now, those things have to be sorted out inside as to figure out where exactly where it fits. Now, if you go a little deeper regarding change, what about your philosophy of life? How much do you change? How much do you add? I mean, I started quite young on a spiritual quest, you might say. And a lot of my ideas had to change. I had to open up a lot to embrace some of the metaphysical concepts. I pondered some of them, thought about them, figured them, try some on, in the sense of working with them to see did they fit or did they not fit? How did I really feel about them? I find what happens a lot, people just embrace things without really thinking the effect things have on them. If you have an idea that you're looking at and studying, then that gets magnified, and in the magnification of it, very often, then you begin to see it wherever you go. Does it enhance your life? You want things to enhance you that have you feel more effective or happier or quieter or more at peace with yourself. All of those things become very, very important, but they all represent change. If you're not happy with your life, what do you need to do to change it? Is it just a philosophy you need to change? Is it a perception? Now, philosophy and perceptions can be different. I just had a little ding go off my head. If you have a philosophy of belief, which is basically how I come from, I have a basic belief, which was created studying from with the tarot for years. Oh, great! But I've added to it. I've seen more things, and plus I'm older now, so you look at life a little differently. I think when you get older than when you're younger and raring to go. But it's still a matter of, does it work effectively for you? Does it bring you peace? Do you feel ready to go and do all the things that you want to do? How does it work? How does it work for you? All of those things become very, very, very important because you want to be happy, at least content. Happy is kind of, bubbly, but you need to be contented under that. You need to be able to have a flexibility to be able to embrace a different idea. Sometimes we get stuck in this is how it is, and we don't have flexibility. We don't have this kind of concept where we can leave something behind to move off into the new or this. Have a new idea come in. You read a book and it's like, oh, yeah, look at that. And then forget about it immediately because it's not something you want to practice or do or deal. We need to keep our minds active and not stuck because life is changing. If those of you watch my Wednesday talk and talking about and the reading that I was doing for the month of February, we're not in March yet, Norma, of February, and I mean I looked at it and I still take a breath because it was so much change. It was like change. There's nothing to nail down here. It's all changing, and couple people got in contact with me after and said, yeah, well, astrologers are saying the same thing, and etc. So I wasn't standing all alone there, which I thought I was for a wee while. So I know for myself, I think I said in the beginning, I haven't really spent much time with Winter Olympics because I've always been very busy. I'm not so busy now. And so I really am enjoying some of the things I'm seeing, but I'm seeing accidents too. Four gals fell down on the fast ski slope they were racing down. Two, I think three. I think I don't know if all three had to be picked up and taken away by helicopter, but it's kind of upsetting to see that. But anyway, let's just go to get cream this. You're going to have change in your life one way or the other. Something happens maybe outside of you, but it'll change things. You have changes of thought, you have changes of belief and attitude because things are changing. So, what is it you have to let go of when change happens? What is it that you really want to hold on to that maybe it's time to let go? What thinking do you need to change? Or what behavior do you need to change? Now, just there were years ago, I used to drink too much wine and I had to change that behavior because I didn't like how I was becoming or what I was doing. And also helped me understand people who had addiction problems too. But it was like I became aware and I actually went through, I didn't go and see anybody or do anything, but I had an internal change happen. But I believe and have faith. I'm saying it is Sunday, so we'll bring in the energy from above. I believe and I have faith that when I speak and ask for something to occur with full sincerity, it will happen. And it did. It did. I stopped drinking. And just because I knew if I kept on, I would not be able to create what I wanted to create. And so I stopped totally. Bang. And so I know what people go through when they have to change something. There's all sorts of addictions we have. Some of them, I still have addictions to certain foods, especially sugared ones. But it's really dealing with things. Also, I just want to mention, I'm still having a terrible time with this new computer of mine and not being able to have the programs that I like. I've done a little bit of research on them, but on what I want and see if I can bring it into my computer and get it the way I want. And then just the other day, all of a sudden, I've always had Google come up when I start, and I know exactly what I'm doing. All of a sudden, Bing arrives, and I can't and then I have to go in more steps to get out of that, and I don't know how to cancel it. I'm very ignorant when it comes to computers, so someone's going to come in and help me there. See, it's all right. Also, okay to ask for help when you don't know. We don't know everything. In fact, it's kind of boring to know everything, isn't it? I don't know, maybe not. But as we move through life, we do add knowledge. But I want to go back to when it comes to change, flexibility of thinking and action is going to be important. Also, your philosophy. What is the end result you're wanting? What is it you're wanting to achieve? So there ends my talk today. A little bit over the place, but that's how I am. I just want to say, um, Dorothy says, "Good morning, Norma. Have a great Sunday." Thank you. I will. I'm going to be watching people skate, people jump, all on, where are they? In Italy. Yeah, they're in Italy. So it's very exciting for me because I just love sports and I did lots of them when I was young. And it's a story for another day. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow night. For those that come into mental mind treatments, I will be here still working with this machine and figuring it out. Anyway, it's all good. You have a great day. Enjoy. Bye now.